if with the board's consent on this. Is that all right? So D4 is to, you can still stay there. That way you don't have to set up again. D4 is to consider waiving the 180-day sit-out period for Glenn Howell, former Animal Services Director, and approve and authorize the hiring of County Retiree Mr. Howell as a temporary county employee effective February 10th, 2015 through August 31st, 2015. And to note, we are in the midst of recruitment for a new Animal Services Director who will hopefully be appointed and start soon. So this is really intended to be an interim period for Animal Services until the new whoever is appointed, takes over. David Tois.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, it pretty much sums it up. But basically, as you indicated, we are in the process of interviewing a number of candidates for the position of Director of Animal Services. There's a lot of interest, obviously, in who will be the next director, so we are taking our time and being very careful about the process. We are also entering the budget process for all of the departments, including the Animal Services Department. So it would be very useful if we could have Mr. Howell come back for a temporary assignment until we get through this process.
Through the chair, Mr. Chairman, I would ask David, how temporary do we consider temporary? Can you give us an idea on a timeline? I know the direction is you're asking February 10th through August 31st, but I'm hoping we don't need, nothing against Director Howell, but I'm hoping that we're far along in the process with recruitment and applications being received and going through that personnel process that we're closer than needing, closer to making transition.
I would hope so as well. Typically we ask for the extended period of time and often we'll make it a lot shorter. In this particular case, quite frankly, it depends upon who the successful candidate is, because if it's someone from outside the organization, we perhaps would want Mr. Howell to be here a little longer while we work through the transition.
Second question would be, do we not have enough qualified folks internally, and I would like to hope and certainly would like to believe that we do, that can assist in succession, not succession planning, but in that transition?
The department's had a number of retirements recently, including the ASO, and essentially, as I know the supervisors have been copied, we've received a significant number of Public Record Act requests from the department, and quite frankly, we don't have anybody to deal with those on a very quick process.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Tois.
Okay. I have no speaker cards.
I'll move the item.
Oh, okay.
You do have a speaker card.
I do not have it yet, but there is a motion and a there's a motion and a second on the floor?
I'll second the motion,
okay.
Mr. Chairman.
So speaker card. No?
It's Lisa Kirk.
Come on up and introduce yourself.
It's underneath. Okay, let me hold on a second. Yes. Hold on. So it was mixed up in my D3 item, so I apologize.
Sorry.
Lisa Kirk.
Okay. Just to the appointment, because you're right, it's such an important position to a lot of rescue groups in the area, and we have been trying to get a meeting with Glenn Howell since October. So this gives us the opportunity, and I hope with the assistance of the county administrator that you can help do that, because I don't know how long this process is going to take. And in the meantime, there are unwanted animals being born, being euthanized. So there's got to be some way to get in with Glenn and have a meeting to see what we can do as rescue groups to prevent this. Also, I talked about return to field last week. There is a grant from PetSmart Charity right now, but the municipality has to be the applicant. That's return to field. So as we sit here and kind of wait and wait and wait, there are opportunities that are slipping by. I'm a volunteer that's helping during return to field, and I would really like to sit down with Mr. Howell, with other rescue groups, and talk about some of the problems we're having and how we can make this better, and then it reduces your county's euthanation rate of cats. So whoever can help me get a meeting with Glenn Howell during this transition, I'm begging, because I have tried for 4 months.
And if I could, Mr. Chair, thank you, Ms.
Okay.
Kirk. I met with another supporter. I actually think it would be best to wait for you to meet with the new director, and that could include Mr. Howell. And actually, we all got a letter, not that I disagree or don't or agree, but we have many sides to this issue. We got a letter from the Audobon Society, and they're opposed to the work that you want to do. So we have to balance all that, and I think from my discussions with Mr. Twa yesterday, hopefully we'll have somebody on board sometime by April, and I think it's a better use of your time to meet with the new director to have those ongoing conversations. So
I think there was concern about the grant application and deadline and that interest.
No, and
so-
I understand that, but if that's for return, we've got some problems there
I understand.
because we've got conflicting information. So I just think that it's a better use of everyone's time to wait till we have the new director on board, but that doesn't mean that the county administrator can't facilitate something. I just wanted to get that information out as to why there's maybe this hesitancy as we are, you know, on the precipice of hiring somebody within the next 60 days, and I understand about the grant, but I think we have to balance everything there.
Thank you. I have one other speaker under this item. Is it Heron
There's Sarkeesian.
Der Sarkeesian? Pardon? Oh, it says D3, but someone crossed it out and put D4. So, okay, wasn't you, so I will keep it for D3. Any other speaker cards for D3? Hearing none, there's a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That item passes. All right.